It's not about having a ton of money. It's not about having the best AI or the best content. It's about a strategy. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to show you how Tanami is able to position more than 2,500 off-plan projects and exactly what content they're using, what structure of the page that they're using, and what content they're displaying inside of the site to make these pages rank. And I'm going to go through each and every one of these little things that they do, and I'm going to give you actionables on how you can do it. And at the end, I'm even going to tell you how you can do it even better. I'm Juan. I'm the owner of Propphy, and what we do is we specialize helping real estate companies in Dubai not only position with SEO and ads, but mostly gain the trust of buyers through their website and through their branding. So we all know Tanami, we all know them as that one agency that ranks #1 for every off-plan project that you can even think of. But the thing is how they do this. So the first thing that I noticed inside of the site when I was doing this analysis, and by the way, if you question why are you doing this analysis, why are you doing this for free, this is for my clients. I specialize on this, so I do this analysis constantly on a ton of probably your competition if you're watching this from Dubai. And I go this and then I implement this on my clients. So if you want me to do your website, let's chat. Now, one of the first things that I noticed is the separation and the structure that they're using. So they have 4 specific pages that serve specifically to rank off-plan projects. Location pages, which basically are just about a location, specific location, what's the area, what's the population on that location inside of communities. Then community pages about the different communities of Dubai, Business Bay, all of that. Then developer pages for the specific developers of Dubai, and then project pages. Now, one of the first things that you'll notice is that location pages, community pages, and developer pages all point to the projects. So these location, community, and developer pages, we'll go through them and what they're doing, what content they're displaying, but they're not to rank on these location pages, and that's one of the things that you'll learn here watching this strategy. So first off, let's go to the first location pages. So to go to the location pages, you can just go to off-plan here, whatever one of these you want to go. I misclicked there, and you can see locations. So you have these /locations, and here you can search for any location that you want. Let's say we want to go to Al Barsha South 4th. So the first thing that we notice here, it's a really small page. It's just an about the area and a few features about that. And then they point to the projects. So the conclusion out of this is that it doesn't seem so much like a page to rank. They don't want to rank on this keyword. They're not looking to rank for Al Barsha South 4th. They are actually just trying to internally link this to the project. Because what Google wants is to serve the user and to provide value to the user, right? And when you create these pages that are related topics of the off-plan page, around the off-plan page, and they're all linking to the off-plan page, that's when Google says, okay, this page is useful, and that's when they rank you. So that's an important part. Now, yes, you can see the information that they're displaying is the area of the property, the density, and the population, and they just a short paragraph about the location. I'm going to tell you how you can improve this later in the video. And then the internal pages, the things that they are pointing to here is available projects in the area. So here, all of the projects that are inside the area specifically, really important. And then other localities. So that's really simple, like really simple page. And as I was saying, this is not to rank. So sorry, but my camera is a bit lagged. 1 second. There we go. I'm not sure why my camera's that laggy, but I guess you can just hear my voice and that's it. So what you can do based on what we just seen. So it's not necessarily that you need to rank these location pages. Well, what you can do is you can add these locations to Dubai, add a listing of locations, and then add pages for those specific locations and link those directly to the projects that are in those locations, if you understood correctly. Now, the second thing that they're doing is community pages. These are just a bit more complex than the location pages, but they're pretty much the same. So if we enter on any of these, they have the listing, of course, which is communities, and then you enter on these, and these are pages for the specific community. So again, they're not trying to rank for Jumeirah Village Circle. What they're trying to do is list projects inside of this. So as you can see, they have about, and they have just community features, nothing more than that. Really simple. And then as soon as you scroll down, available projects, and then other communities. The same structure on the internal pages. So here the same thing. Doesn't seem so much like a page to rank, but more like a page to generate authority. So what you can do based on this information is you can create a listing of communities in your website, and you can link internal projects inside of the pages of those communities. I would take this one step further, and I would link locations inside of the community. So I would just do that. I'm going to tell you, the specific things that we can do better than this, because at the end of the day, it's not like everything's lost, and you have to take outside of your mind that it's impossible to rank websites in Dubai because there's so much competition. There is ways, and Tanami started in 2017, I think. Yes. And they're having more than 260,000 traffic a month. There is more space to rank. There is more space to do better things. So just keep that in mind and take that mindset out of your mind. Then developer pages. So these developer pages, it's pretty much the same concept. Okay, I don't want to bore you with this, so that's why I'm speeding up these a bit. But the same thing. So IMAR properties. Boom, you get IMAR properties. They don't want to rank for IMAR properties. What they want to do is link projects again. So about IMAR properties, they showed all of that. They showed the amount of projects and the amount of communities that they are in. That's useful information. And you can see, yes, about the developer amount of projects in the website. This is projects that they uploaded to the website, not necessarily projects in general. And then amount of communities that they are in. And just they link everything to this, and then other developers, the same internal page structure. So from what we have seen so far in the video, what you can take out of this is that it's not all about just ranking one page or making content to rank one page individually. There's plenty of pages that go around one page to make it rank. You can internally link pages to provide more value to Google, and you can create pages not to rank them directly, but to actually help other pages rank. Now we'll move to the source, which is the project pages. And this is where it gets really, really interesting, because we're going to keep going down the rabbit hole, and you'll see what good of a job they do and how different it is from everybody else. But before we move into that, what I want to tell you is that you don't necessarily have to do community developer and location pages. You can go beyond that and think outside of the box, and just think out about related topics that your investors or people that are looking to buy offlines are looking for, right? And link that to the project pages. So it's just about that, basically. Now let's move on to the project pages. So first off, first thing that really, really stands out of the project pages, I'm gonna move into that, which is the internal pages that they have. But the first thing that I wanted to show you is the extra things that they show that not a lot of people show inside of their project pages. So the information that they're displaying. You have a project name, developer, location, status. All of these are already people are displaying inside of their sites. And then you have these three that are really important that I haven't seen a ton of people actually highlight inside of their project pages. The first one is key highlights about that specific project. So let's move on to any of these projects. Let's say this one. And you'll see key highlights here. One second, let me move this. So you'll see the different key highlights that this project specifically has. I haven't seen this in a lot of project pages, and this is really cool because it's informational. Remember that whenever you're trying to position any kind of page, Google will rank even further the page that best aligns with the intent of the user and better solves the problem that the user has. So if you're showing more information and that information is related to the search, you're gonna win. Now, location highlights. This is another one that's really, really amazing that not a lot of people show. So how far away is it from downtown Dubai? How far away is it is from Dubai International Airport? How far away is from Dubai Outlet Mall? And what this does is that it basically makes users engage more, and Google just knows that your page is useful, and that's why they rank you better. So that's the third thing that they're showing, and then the master plan highlights, which is another thing that I haven't seen a ton of people do. So they show the master plan. Of course, you can zoom in, which is also great, and then they show just all of the highlights. So from this, which is like the first thing which is the information displayed, what you can take out of this is just you can put more information, which is these three things, but you can also, again, think outside of the box and think about more things that the user is maybe trying to search for. And what you can do, which is really intelligent, let me show you, is you can go to Google. Google is your best friend, okay? Remember. So Dubai Club Drive, and you can just put a space on there, and this is the things that people search. So Dubai Hills brochure, Club Drive, Dubai Hills handover. So these are different things that people are searching, and these are the things that you need to include in your page. So that's pretty useful. That's a piece of sauce for you. And the second thing, and now this is where it gets really, really interesting. And if you do this, I swear that you're gonna position at least 2, 3, 4 positions above of what you're positioning right now. And these are the internal pages. So you see this right here, right? We go to the offline page, okay? As you know, normal, every offline page is usually just one page. Now you can see that there's the navbar that changed completely. Not only you can see the logo of the offline right there, but you can see overview, amenities. What is this? If we click this, it's not just going to scroll down to the amenities that we already have here, but it's actually going to take us to another landing page that instead of Alana Di Bali, it says Alana Di Bali amenities. And it also changes the breadcrumbs. The breadcrumbs, by the way, are these things right here. So home, Al Yufra, Imar properties, Alana Di Bali, and featured and amenities. And you can change this around. Payment plan, the same, it changes there. And these are all different landing pages for the specific things and the things that the people search the most for. So they have them for amenities, they have them for payment plans, floor plans, location, master plan, and gallery. All of these, as you can see, is the same offline project, but payment plans, floor plans, location, and that. And what they're doing is they're displaying more information. What this does specifically is that it makes the user explore more. Not only that, and when they explore more, the engagement rises and Google tells that your page is useful. But not only that, when you enter, for example, let's say, read more, let's go to the amenities. They're also positioning for Alana Di Bali features and amenities. So when someone searches Alana Di Bali features, this is what they're gonna find. So if you see it, they basically, let me actually draw here. They basically have the offline page right here, and they have different pages, right? So the communities that will contain that offline are linked to that offline. They have the locations linked to that offline. They have the developers, of course, when they're related, linked to that offline. Not only that, they have all of these little things that are related to the offline that people search for. They all are connected to the offline landing page. So that's pretty much what they're doing. And yeah. So what you can do based on this information that I just gave you is you can tell your developer, or you can do it yourself, whatever, or you can ask me to do it for you. Is you basically can divide your off plans and actually add more information about the payment plans, the amenities, the floor plans, the location, the master plan, the gallery. You can do specific pages for that off plans features or amenities or payment plans, and you can link them to the off plan. That way, people are going to engage more, and Google, when they crawl your page and they see that you have more information, is going to say, okay, this is a cool page, let's rank it. So that's what you can do now. Something else that they're doing instead of this is, some key features that I have seen that really work for them, at least on what is SEO. So first off is they have really functional breadcrumbs and really organized breadcrumbs. So if you go to the overview, if you enter any of them project, you'll find home, area, developer, project. Home, area, developer, project. That's the order that they're following. And this is really functional because if you go to Imar Properties, you can see more projects from the developer himself. So you can, you can explore more about the same developer that developed this project. And if you want to even go beyond that and more general, you can go to the area and explore all of the projects that are in the area. So that's really interesting what they're doing. Actually, they use locations here. So even if you wanted it to be more general, you could even put the community behind this. So that would be amazing. Then the internally link with other projects also. So if you go to the overview and if you go down below, you'll find more projects about the same developer. And not only that, they even internally link the developer. So if you click this, it's going to take you to the developer page. So as you can see, let's pause here for a second. One of the most important things that they do and they focus on is the internal linking of the pages that makes sense. You don't want just to link whatever, wherever. You really want it to make sense. So yeah, that's really interesting. And then structured data, which is basically a piece of code that you insert inside of your site that basically tells Google that you have something inside of your site. In this case, item page and breadcrumb list. So the structured data has different types, and the types are, one of the types is in item page and the other one is breadcrumb list, and there's plenty of others. So what item page does is that when you search, for example, Alana Diwali, let's search for it, 1 second. Or let's say you for example, you search for properties for sale in Dubai. You'll find this right here. From 300,000 dirhams to 831 million dirhams. That right there is the piece of code that I was talking to you about. And that I think is called product listing or something like that. That type of structured data. What they're using, the types that they're using is item page and breadcrumb list. So yeah, that really is great. What you can do based on this right here that I told you is you can search schema markup generator. And that is where you can just see all of the types, what they're about that type. And if you find a type that's useful for you, if you have frequently asked questions, for example, inside of your website, you can generate that inside of the website really, really easy. You just copy and paste your frequently asked questions and you tell your developer or you insert it yourself inside of your website. And that's going to allow Google for you to take more space. So as you can see, this right here occupies so much more space than this right here. That means more clicks. So that's amazing. So that's one of the things that they do. And now let's move on to the possible improvements. I'm going to just go really quickly through this. But basically, one of the first things that I noticed is that the URL structure is kind of all over the place. So you remember these listings, right? Let's go to projects. You remember these listings, right? For projects, developers, community, and locations. So all of these have different names. In this case, locations, communities. Now, when you click on any of these, what it should do is it should just, here I'm talking about the URL. What it should do is it should just do that and add, let's say, Jumeirah. Let's say we click that. That's what it should do. Now, what it does is when I click here, it changes this to community instead of communities. So basically what that does is it messes up with the order, and Google just doesn't really like it. We could call it that way. For example, for a good example, Property Finder, you enter on Area Insights and you enter on Jumeirah, and instead of taking you to, I don't know, whatever Jumeirah, it takes you to Area Insights / Dubai, the same, but just with another Jumeirah. And then you go to new projects, you go to Eden House, for example, and it takes you to new projects, doesn't change the URL. H&H developments, and then Eden House Dubai Hills. So that's pretty much what it does. And yeah, URLs are like onions. They have layers and you have to treat them that way. And then just some additional things that you can do is you can add and you can expand on the location developers community pages. In those locations, the developers community pages that we were talking about here, you can expand on them and add hyperlocal content. So schools nearby, hospitals, amenities, commute times. And this can help you rank for near me keywords, basically, and neighborhood specific searches. Not only that, but on the blogs, you could write educational articles on real estate trends, Dubai specific market updates, all around off-plan, and direct that to the off-plan projects listings. And then in addition to that, you remember the schema markup that I was talking to you about. Instead of only using breadcrumb list and item page, you could consider, instead of doing that, adding real estate listing or product markup instead of the other one. So you can just search it up. You'll find it. It's really simple. Maybe just like that, it doesn't sound simple, but just search schema markup generator. And then the UX UI design. Google really appreciates a good UX because it makes users stick around for longer. And we could say that it's not the best UX that they have. I mean, it's easy to use, but it definitely has room for improvement. So what have we seen so far? Just as a really small recap. First off, you can create not directly to rank pages, but to actually point to the pages that you want to rank to add value to your page. And then the project pages, you can divide them into the things that people search for to not only rank for those keywords, like, for example, Dubai, let's say Club Drive amenities. Instead of, you can not only rank for Club Drive amenities, but also rank the main project because Google sees that you have authority over that specific topic. So then also what you can do is you can add structured data. You can add the information like key highlights, location highlights, and master plan. And you can think outside of the box and see what other people are searching for. And not only that, but you should definitely see how you can improve the URL structure, make it like onions. Do not mess that up because that's really important. And yeah, you can add hyperlocal content to the pages of the developers community pages and location pages. You can write blogs pointing to the offline projects, and you can add more structured data that's actually more relevant to what you're talking about. Not only that, but don't forget a good UX, because you're also going to convert more leads out of that and you're going to make more money. And that's pretty much the on-page SEO strategy that Tanami is using right now. There's of course a lot of things that like backlinks and all of that, which is off-page and technical SEO. And if you want me to go through that, just tell me in the comments. But this is the structure and the content and the strategy that they're using right now to position more than 2,500 offline projects. So I hope this was valuable. If you want me to make your website, just let me know in the comments or go down in the description. Send me, I'll audit your website for free, and I'll make it if you want to. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.